this is better. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get your ex back. And this specific video, I'm going to talk to you about how to reattract your ex if she lost interest. Look, to make it short and easy, whoever wins emotions wins the interaction as well and ends up winning the relationship. By winning, I mean gets what he or she wants out of the relationship. So if you want to get your ex back, if you want to reattract her, you need to be very aware of whatever triggers negative emotions in her. And that's basically what I always say, whatever you feel, she's going to feel as well. And most of the times that guys lose a girl, is they lose her because they don't realize they trigger negative emotions in her by them being negative, and as a result, the relationship falls apart. So what I'm going to go here in this video, I'm going to give you a complete list of negative emotions that you should avoid. Because if you avoid these emotions, then you will be able to work on attraction. But if you're not aware of these emotions, you bring them to the relationship. You know, my message is, I take care of me for you, you take care of you for me. Then we are together, we don't have to worry about each other. We just have a good time together. And if everybody did that, if people would just take care of themselves and their emotions, relationships would work. The problem is, you bring a baggage. She also brings baggage, and there's two people with a lot of issues and problems, and the relationship falls apart. So, get pen and paper, write this down, because if you understand these, and if you have this list in front of you and think about it, then you'll be aware, and then you will not bring it to interaction, so you can work attraction. In other videos, I show you how to trigger attraction. And this one first, let's not kill attraction. Okay, that's the first step. The first emotion that I wanted to never ever bring to the relationship, and I wanted to be aware of, is frustration. I'm not going to explain these much because they're pretty straightforward. You know what frustration is. Basic, classic couples fight. They do this frustrated from something. He comes, he's agitated, he's annoyed about something, and brings that in interaction with his partner. She also feels the same. Then boom, there's a fight. Anger is another one. Resentment or anger is the same thing. Like if you're angry, you bring anger to a relationship. Anger is almost always a sign of weakness. When you have anger, you have to deal with anger, then come and interact. You don't interact with any of these negative emotions. Be very careful with anger as well. Like probably 30% of my clients, they had problem with anger, and they brought anger to a relationship one way or the other. Then they caused their separation because of anger. Next one is sadness. Imagine you bring sadness to a relationship every day. What do you do to the other person? You bring him down all the time, bring her down all the time. So you got to be very careful. If you feel sad, if you have depressing feelings, you got to deal with it yourself. I know sometimes you might be thinking, oh man, but we're partnered, we're to talk about it. Dude, some guys just become so heavy and so sad, and they can constantly bring negative emotions to their relationship until the woman just walks away. She says, man, I can't do this, it's making me depressed. Or the next one is emotionally weak, in brackets, trying to explain yourself. Why? Because you have this desire to get her approval. That's another thing. It's just a feeling, man. I feel like I want to be validated. I feel like I want to be approved by her. I feel like I want her to accept me. This is another emotion you should never be. That's why in my attraction videos I talk to you about being carefree and do it for self-amusement, do it for yourself. So I also categorize that as emotional weakness. Next one is feeling empty. And that's also another thing. I've seen several times relationships break because the guy doesn't feel that he has any substance in himself and his life. And he brings that to a relationship. Hey, you know what? I want to tell you about how I feel. I just feel like it's pointless. You know, I'm not doing any contribution. You need to deal with those separate. All of these emotions that I tell you, you need to separate them yourself. Don't bring them to the interaction. Your job is to not mess it up. Your job is to bring positive emotional interaction. I know, again, the guys tell me sometimes, Ben, but she's my partner, or talk to her about it. Dude, it could cost you a relationship. Talk to me, talk to your friends. A lot of this you can study and deal with it yourself. If your life doesn't have a purpose, you can do a lot of research on how to find the purpose of my life. Because if your life doesn't have purpose, it triggers a lot of these emotions that you do not bring to a relationship because it's not her problem. Your relationship is very sensitive. If she sees you're acting like a kid and you cannot deal with your emotions, she's gonna leave, dude. You gotta take care of these emotions. And you gotta have a look at this list, and I'm gonna continue and really go through it and see which of these emotions you brought to the relationship that caused this to break. Or feeling like a failure. I don't feel like I succeeded in anything in life, or I feel like my life, there's no achievements. And you'll be surprised how many times guys talk to their partner about this and turn them off after 5-6 years. She pushed them. Sometimes 10 years she pushed them. Then she realizes this dude he just doesn't know how to deal with his own failure. He believes he's a failure. Then she believes he's a failure. Yeah, because if you don't believe in yourself, dude, who else can believe in you? Fear. Feeling fearful about anything, about losing the girl, about life, about anything. If you bring fear to a relationship, then that is the end of that relationship. You're the guy that I always tell guys, you're the man in the relationship. You lead. Whatever emotion you lead with, she will follow. If you bring fear to a relationship, she'll also feel the same. And the relationship will suffer. Guilt is another one. Dude, you made a mistake in the past. Get over it. Apologize, forgive yourself, and it will be good. Sometimes guys hold on so much. Oh man, I should have been better. I took it for granted, and continue to talk to her about it until she realizes that this dude is so stuck on what happened in the past. He cannot even move forward. Boom, she dumped him. Helpless, needless to explain. Hopeless also connects to sadness and depression. Impatient is another one, dude. You gotta be patient. You gotta be patient with her. Sometimes you're in a relationship, she's going through some stuff, she needs time, and the guy always asks, are you okay? Did I do something wrong? What about now? Are you okay? What's going on? Dude, sometimes you need to give her time. Read the book. Men from Mars, women from Venus. You gotta specifically need patience in communication as well. When she come and talk to you, she tells you about a problem, you gotta be patient, man. You gotta be patient what she wants to talk about. Not always answer, not always offer a solution. Patience is absolutely important. Definitely read John Gray's book that I mentioned. Next one, feeling inadequate. You see how they're all connected? A guy who doesn't feel inadequate should not go in a relationship. And that's why I have so many things against relationships, because most people are not developed enough to be qualified to be in a relationship. They go in a relationship with a list of problems, and they find somebody who also has a bigger list of problems, then doom, what do you expect? That's why divorce rate within the first 2 years is like 50%. And really less than 10% of couples end up happy. If you look at the numbers, long term, if you look, I was listening to this radio show in Australia. Guys calling why they staying there in their marriage, because of mortgage, because of kids, because afraid of being on their own. It was crazy. You only go in a relationship, and I'm going off topic, but you go in a relationship when your life is amazing, your life is great, you love what you do, you have full of positive emotions, and you find someone who's also the same. Then you go in a relationship. Sometimes I see depressed couple, the dude sitting like this, having a joint, the girl having a glass of wine, cigarette on her phone. Like, what kind of relationship is that? These guys have so much work to do on themselves before you get in a relationship. Next one is indecisive. Being indecisive is a famous attraction killer. You gotta be decisive. You gotta learn how to be decisive. If you don't know how to be decisive, again, contact me. I'll show you how to make decisions. Insecurity is a big one. Another major reason that relationships fall apart. You think, oh, she's maybe cheating on you, or you feel like you're not good enough. Maybe she can find somebody better, and you bring that to a relationship. As a result, the relationship falls apart. Like, in order to overcome insecurities, you need to do a lot of work on yourself. If you feel insecure, that's not something I can tell you in a 10-minute video. If you have that, again, message me. My details are in the description. I'll show you what to do. Jealousy is the same. Worrying always that the guy at the office that she's hanging out with, or the friend that she hangs out with, may be a better fit for her, and she's gonna drop you to be with him. Or having this thought, oh my God, what is she doing right now? I'm sure she slept with somebody last night. Or I'm sure she made out with somebody else. And some guys take it to the next level. They're jealous about their partner's ex-boyfriends 5 years ago. True story. and they bring it up, and when you bring it up, guess what happens? You bring so much negativity to the relationship and things fall apart. Loneliness is another one. The dude feels lonely, and loneliness triggers sadness also. Then it brings sadness and loneliness to the relationship. Oh, I'm so lonely. Dude, never complain. She's not listening, dude. Don't. These are things you need to deal with them yourself. If there is problems in the relationship that is because of your communication with her or her communication with you, or because she is bringing some negativity, then communicate. But don't bring negativity to the relationship, man. What is negativity? All the things that I've just been telling you. Next one is losing your cool. Feeling like, you're not in control of how you feel. It's another one. Never lose your cool in any conversation. Dude, anytime anybody ever lost their cool, man, they regret it. So write it. Never lose your cool. Neediness, again, needless to say, you know what is neediness? Basically needing anything from her, needing for her to send you that text message or tell you she loves you or give you reassurance that she's not going anywhere else with anybody else, or sending you 2,000 text messages just to make sure she didn't lie to you about going to a massage and she actually did go to massage and the masseuse is actually a woman and it's not the dude with a huge penis and six-pack that she's cheating you. These are stories that I hear from guys that guys will ruin relationship. They say, why did you guys break up? That's one of the first questions I always ask. Oh, I was over jealous. What do you do? Well, Ben, she told me she goes with her friends, but I thought she's going to see this other guy. So why do you think that? I don't know, man, I just thought about it. And boom, one thing led to another, relationship falls apart. Be very careful. These negative emotions, don't bring them to relationship. Next one, not taking criticism well. Basically, when you're under attack or when she tells you something about your problems, if you don't take it well, then you know what happens. Things could actually fall apart. So you got to be open. Read the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, Dale Carnegie. We're almost towards the end of the list. Feeling overwhelmed, going home from work, super overwhelmed. Oh my God, this happened, that happened, and oh my God, things fell apart. I haven't had lunch even, now it's 10 p.m. I need to. She looks at you, she feels the same, because whatever you feel, she's going to feel. So beware of being overwhelmed and bringing it home. It's something you should sit down, you should meditate, you should organize yourself. So when you go home, you only bring good emotions. When you send a text message, only send good text message. When you meet, when you go on a date, bring good energy. There's two more left. Reactiveness in social settings and relationships. So she tests you or she tells you something, instead of you being cool, reacting to it. She tells you something that could easily be just ignored, but you get involved. Engage in a conversation that you know it's not going to end well. And finally, taking things personally. Being oversensitive guy. Some guys, everything bothers them, everything offends them. Oh, you did say that, so now you have to apologize to me. Why did you say it in front of your friends to me? Dudes, whatever, man, whatever happens. No, I hope you rewrote this. This is a very important list. Only if people could eliminate these emotions from their interaction and relationships, the world would be a much better place. People drink because they want to deal with these emotions. Now you have a list of these emotions. I want you to think about them, go through them, see which one you have. If you want to reattract your ex, this is the first thing, dude. Step one, you got to deal with all of these. You got to deal with all of these emotions instead of, okay, let me see what text message I should send her. This is step one of getting your ex back. These emotions, you need to understand them and you need to know what to do with them. This is Ben. Thanks for watching. If you want me to help you get your ex back, if you want me to help you with your breakup, and if you want me to help you with self-development, you can find my details in the description. Make sure you read my book first, and I'll see you in the next video.